Seth, welcome. Could you please introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Seth. I'm Seth Josephs. I'm from New Zealand. I'm 27.
27 years old. Okay. Um, First question. Did you have any doubts or reservations about personal training, group training, before you started with us?
I did have some doubts about sort of group training before I started. Sorry. I did have some doubts about training before I started, and when I started, I was a little bit scared to kind of get in the gym. It'd been a while since I'd come back in. But as soon as I sort of got into it, sort of to have a bit more of a positive attitude towards it, and sort of started to enjoy it rather than dread it.
Okay, that's great. Um, so, did you feel comfortable and supported by your trainer, and the overall team here at GP?
Yeah, I did feel comfortable and really supported. My trainer was really good at looking after me and making sure I got kind of all the best advice that I could. So they would just sort of tell me what to do, and I trusted their expertise, and they were sort of always kind of keeping an eye on me and making sure I wasn't making any kind of missteps along the way. So.
Okay, great. And we're now 14 weeks in.
14 weeks, yeah. Something.
Yeah. Okay, so how did it work out in the end? How did you change?
Yeah, so over the past 14 weeks, I really saw some amazing results. So I was really happy kind of as soon as I started, I started to see sort of changes in my body composition. So, it's just sort of motivated me to keep going and to do it more and more. And so, yeah, now it's sort of something that feels more like a healthy lifestyle habit that I'll kind of keep the rest of my life.
Great. Thank you. Okay. So how did your life change compared to before?
I think before I sort of had been in and out of the gym all through my life, but I wasn't really kind of sure exactly what I was doing. I sort of just kind of go on and do something and felt like I was making good decisions. But I think what Ultimate Performance really gave me was the expertise and sort of the direction to sort of really understand what I was doing and to make sure I was kind of going in with like results in mind and some achievable goals and things that helped me make the right decisions and stay on course for what I wanted to achieve.
Great, very good. So how have your results been like since you started with us?
Yeah, so I started, I think I was about 29% body fat. And my goals was sort of to really lose the body fat and just sort of tone up and shape up a lot more. And so I started to see that straight away. I think within the first few weeks, I dropped about 3 kilos, lost a lot of body fat. Now I'm down to about 13% body fat. So really satisfied overall with my progress and kind of encouraging to keep going as well.
Okay, yeah, that's good then. So what do the people around you say about your transformation?
Yeah, the people around me at first, they were a little bit hesitant, and I think, as with anything, when you start a new sort of lifestyle change, people are a little bit sort of skeptical whether you're going to follow through. But as time went on, people started seeing the results and the physical changes in me. There's sort of questions that were a little bit more cynical, started to be more questions about how I did it or how, what I eat and those kinds of things. So, yeah, it's nice to get those kind of compliments and stuff like that. So, it's not just you seeing the changes, but other people too.
Yeah, good. So how do you feel different about yourself in any way since you started personal training with us?
I think before I started training, I didn't really think of myself as like a gym guy, and I always almost kind of had that attitude where like I felt uncomfortable going into a gym and didn't feel like I knew what I was doing or I didn't belong. But now it really feels like something that I wake up and I kind of look forward to going there at the end of the day, and just feels kind of more like a healthy lifestyle overall. So yeah, I'm really kind of happy with the sort of changes in my attitude, mainly towards exercise and lifestyle.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, what would you say to your friends if they asked you about us?
I would definitely recommend using Up, and I'll tell my friends to come along, because I think at first I was a bit put off maybe by the price. I wasn't sure. I had bad experiences with personal trainers in the past, but I would definitely recommend it. Like when you sort of put the price down to the results, if I could have just bought that off a shelf, I definitely would have done that. So I would recommend Up to anyone.
Awesome. Um, Okay, final little question. How would you describe the actual training experience on the gym floor?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's intense. You know, you sort of go in there and you kind of leave it all out. I don't think I'd ever done sort of work out and push myself so hard, but you start to get comfortable being uncomfortable, and you know, you start to, I wouldn't say enjoy the experience, but it's sort of, you know, you get used to it, and it sort of gets a little bit easier, kind of pushing yourself. You know, and that's when you feel good at the end of the day, I think, is when you know that you've given it everything on the gym floor. And the guys don't make you feel intimidated or anything. Everyone's really lovely and personable, so had a good time.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Seth. Any final words or?
No. Do it.
All right, let's train.